How is everybody doing? This is Justin, and I'm coming at you today with another edition of How to Make More Money. Now, I know, obviously that's the end goal. I make fun of that, right? I think it's funny, but really, the Foundation series is being in tune with your star player, which is yourself, right? That is you, and how do you get the most out of you? First of all, I would have to attest this next series on a higher power, right? And so I'm going to start sharing a little bit of personal stuff with you guys. I'm not going to get into details, but I may or may not be in a 12-step recovery program, right? So in those programs, one of the first things that you learn about is a higher power. Now, I came in very closed-minded, right? I grew up in believing in, God and Jesus and going to church, and I still believe those things. And I was kind of closed-minded when it came to that. So when I first started doing, steps, I was looking at things, and higher power was very easy for me to define, right? It was super easy for me to go, okay, I have a higher power. Now, in my past life, did I ever really call on my higher power and listen? No, never. Again, closed-minded. Now, I'm not saying that you need to proselytize any religion. I'm not doing that. Buddhist, whatever it is that you are believing in, a higher power can be as simple as a really good group of friends. A higher power really, by definition, is anything that has control over you, right? So there are a lot of things that are considered a higher power, but really, I think that getting in touch with what you would define as your higher power does not necessarily, you need to have a higher power that is defined by anything deitistic, right? Or in a deity. What do higher powers do? They keep your ego in check, really. I mean, constantly being vulnerable to open to change, that something might be better for you than what your pig-headed mind might think is what's best for you, right? So, I often think of higher power when I think of the serenity prayer, right? God, grant me the serenity, right? The peace, the calm, the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Because there are things that are forces moving in this universe that you cannot change. The wind has a higher power over you. An earthquake has a higher power over you. Can you change those things? No. You can move, right? So maybe that's what you do, but you can't change those things, And you're asking your higher power to guide you, and you're basically leaving yourself open to the universe, and whatever you believe in with your deity or whatever your higher power is. Through my program, I learned that higher power is a lot bigger than myself, so I call upon it with my friends. I look to people that are peers, and I look for those things, and I open myself up to hearing change, to accepting that change so that I can be more in tune with myself. You have to also know the second part of the serenity prayer, the courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference. You have to know what you can and you cannot change. Because if you know that, you know what you can choose as a battle and what is a war that you will never, ever, ever win. And when you understand what you will win and what you will lose, you are way more in tune with your star player. Again, a higher power. It can be as simple as talking to a trusted confidant about something that's going on in your life and actually turning your ears on and open, again, talking less, listening more, right? You can be acceptant that something in your life might need to be changed in order for you to quit hitting your head against the wall, right? Higher power. So in the program that I'm working, and I've been doing it a long time, but that higher power has completely been redefined. It is no longer just having a church atmosphere for me. It's listening to all of the things that are going on around me and taking those, like a cafeteria, right? I'll take a little bit here, I'll take a little bit here, I'll take a little bit here, and you apply it all, and you will help yourself be better at everything that you want to do. Everything. Now, I'm a work in progress. Perfect, I am not. Ask my kids. That's funny, but it's true, right? You can ask anybody around, right, what you need to improve on. It'll be a quick wake-up call on somebody that's going to tell you something you may not want to hear, but maybe you got to do. Again, do more, right? But check it out. I'm apolitical, right? I'm neither, right? But I thought it was hilarious when John Boehner on the floor recited the Serenity Prayer when he was having a tough time. I was like, amen, my brother, right? But hey, look it up. But God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much. Check me out on YouTube. Tell people about it. JSimpers at OrionLending.com. Thank you and have a nice day.